So as I was saying, I was in a train. I was seeing this dreadlocks wearing 23, 25-year-old, and imagining her to be some kind of like artist of some sort. I think to me, I was imagining her to being like a tattoo artist. And like I said, the show called Black Ink. That's where I was imagining her part of. I was like, oh, this is the cool like young adults of New York look like. Right, that's what I was imagining. And I was not interested in her in a romantic way, but I was more like, oh, that's just she's that cool kind of people, right? Obviously, she was a perp though, but I could see like, oh, she's cool, and she was with a guy who looked like about the same age, 23ish, and I mean, they look like they're a couple, but I was like, are they a couple? Is they brothers? But they look like they're together. I'm not sure, but she looked like early 20s. He looked like about the same age, and no interested in her, and I was like, okay, you know, but you know what they tried to do, because as I looked at her, I looked at her, the back end. It's like, oh, you see perverts. Like I was never interested. You know, if I think you're an adult and I look at you and then look at your butt, I'm like, well, that's probably like something I could do. It doesn't faze me. I even do that to men. Right? It's not. It doesn't do anything. Now I looked at her, still wasn't interested. It was like, okay, right? And like it just didn't. She didn't capture my interest. I'm saying these things because they won't you. It's like they're the one who like try to decide what and who you're interested in to, like who you're interested in. Like they try to create that and force you and making you like, no, that's you. It's like, no, that's not who I was not interested in. Not to say she's bad looking. I'm not saying that. But it's just like, it gave me more like a cool black young adults with dreadlocks, but I'm not interested. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with her. But she didn't give me an interest feeling. Now, did I look her up? Yeah, up was okay. It didn't do anything. And trust me, I still believe there was young adults. And like, no, but you look, I was like, I can look at anybody up and down, it won't do anything to me if I'm not interested in them. I know what makes me perverse in the sense of I'm looking at her, oh, I'm interested. I was no interest in her. Now, this bottom fears, they're just desperate to try to make me acceptive of the narrative. I know who I am. And they go, oh, and it's funny, somebody came and said, oh, and I was saying, oh, she got a nice swagger. She got something about her that's like swaggerish. Like she got like she got a cool like thing about her that she's like artsy with the edge. And there's this perp that I used to live with her. She live with her. She looked actually younger. She looked way younger than her. She looked like 2-3 years younger than her. It's like, oh, you like the swagger, huh? She started making. I was like, yeah. Oh, was I supposed to be interested in her? Because I wasn't. Not to say she's not bad looking, but it's just like didn't give me something that make me want to be with her. And there's nothing wrong with her. So today they're just first of all trying to say, how old is she? It's like I think I would guess early 20s, mid 20s, between 23 to 25, like people around this age. That's a 25-year-old. Around that age. 25-year-old. Around maybe this age, 26 years old. Around this age, 23-year-old. Around this age, 24-year-old. Around this age, 23-year-old, but this person looked like a kid. Honestly, I would for sure think she's a child. Even her. Like if I ever see somebody like that, for sure they'll disturb me to death. Even this is a 23-year-old, they will disturb the crap out of me. She's 23. I do this thing because in my brain, this is, if I saw somebody like that today, they will disturb me. They will disturb me. The person I saw in the trend looks way older than her, but she's probably the same age as her. 23 years old. This is crazy. 26 years old. If I saw this 26-year-old today, it would be crazy. Because I mean, she look like a kid. She's 26. 23. 23. 26 years old. 20. I mean, she looked like, when I look at them, I'm thinking leaning toward more 25. But if I saw these people today, it would be nastiness. Even though these people are 23, 24, they can be dating somebody who's in their 40s. That's the things I deal with. And they're trying to, oh no, but yeah, how old is this? Is it's crazy. It's like they want me to be guessing right, and then they're like, oh, but what you look? I was like, this is, if I think you're an adult and I'm gonna look down if I don't care. Today especially, if you're an adult, before I don't care what you. I look at you, it's like it would do nothing to me. I could look at you up and down if I think you're not. Today I don't dare to do that. Oh God, if you're a child, even look at your forehead, they can force me to get sexual stimulation. Well, before I'm like, okay, whatever. Like you're not even a real thing to me. Not a real thing. Like you can never, my brain could never capture somebody who's a child, especially when they look like children, right? If they appear to be children, my brain cannot capture that in a real sexual way. I'm like, okay, well, whatever. Like it's just like something that is just foreign. But they've trained my brain to think about kids in a sexual way. They literally rewire my brain this way. And what they do, immediately they force me perception stimulations. So I'm like, oh my gosh, look away. Look away. They're going to make me have stimulation. I can't even feel sensations. But you got to be strong. You heard in the first part they were playing my stereo. I actually thankful that they did this while I'm on camera. I want to testify with validation of that nature. You know what's more validation? These perps are telling me how they're going to frame me, and they tell me how I raped a child. They're going to make it look like I raped a child. When I hear them talking behind the doors, I'm like, oh my gosh, I can hear the nastiness in the future. Not right now. I was like, I can hear, they're conscious of what's going to come to them. When you hear them talk, I'm like, oh, they know it's coming to them. They know something's going to come to them. I was hearing them saying, no, you're going to pay. And they start saying black girls, because every time they say black girl, I'm supposed to be accepting of the way they manipulate me. You know, with the babies, when it's black little girls, they're supposed to make me think, now what we did with your brain, we mapped it, now you manipulate my brain as a grown man. To make me think that to make me experience this nasty manipulation. But I've talked enough about the babies. I want to talk about like this young adult and teenager, whatever all of that. Even that they play with me. But if they can do that to the child or the little babies, the older kids is nothing. Then in the next video you're going to see, it's somebody who's just standing there, waiting for me. I didn't even see her until they can control my eyes to see whatever they want. They have so much control over me. And immediately they make me look at her butt. Why? Because they wanted to make me have these perceptions. If they can do that to babies, they can do that to older individual and older kids or the young adults easily. I have a video of how she looked. They were doing everything possible. Thankfully, when I have my body cam, that's why I'm so thankful I have my body cam. It changes reality, because what you can experience in your brain versus what's reality is two different things. Your brain is altered by them. The reality of what you film is more of a reality than what's happening to your brain. This technology, this weapon system is attacking your mind. And so your mind is no longer something to rely on. That's why I have my body cam on. If you see like the moment of, and they're continuously working on it right now. They're kind of reshifting it even into different refining it with different stimulation and emotions. But the fact that I have a video of that, and this is why at this point I will never leave my place without it. I will not leave my place without my camera. I refuse, or I try not to. I'll prep myself to make sure every time I get out of this place, I'll make sure that I have my camera on me. Because I know my brain is no longer mine. It's gonna go wherever they want it to go, and they can control so much, so much. Now they tell me how they're gonna show me how much manipulation can make me experience. I know they can do so much more. The day I saw a plastic bag falling down from the sky, right, and that plastic bag turned into a car in my brain for a quick second. It was quick. I had to like what? My brain saw this as a car for at least 2 seconds. For 2 seconds, I looked. I thought it was a car. That's when I know. I was like, oh my goodness, they can make me definitely see things that they can reshift perceptions in ways that just magic, like crazy. They can make you hallucinate. Like you can see this and you're gonna think it's something else. When I saw that, what they're capable of, when I looked at this plastic bag, I was like, okay, they haven't really done the most crazy stuff. So at that point, it's like, yo, you can make me see things in ways that's so completely different. And I noticed, I was like, what my brain, the way they're bringing up when I was like walking, going to the train, and from far I could see somebody walk. The way they make me look at this person's butt, and I noticed that's not really what this person looks like from the back. And he looked like a short person, so most likely a child. I was like, man, this is no way. The way they created that, I was like, this is crazy. It's like, I know it's not even true. That's not how what she really looks like. But in my brain, look, they can do that quickly. Quickly, boom, and I know she was like it's like, there's no way this is real. But I know it's like they made me look at a plastic bag, think it was a car. So I don't trust anymore my brain. And this perhaps, since Megan's testimonials, they've been so desperate. Desperate. It's clear they manipulate the perception. This is how validating it is. You think I said this myself. This is all it takes for validation.
I also often see highly
V2K, or voice to skull. This involves the projection of voices, noises, and music directly into my mind to communicate with me in real time and at the speed of thought. And it also includes the manipulation of thoughts, emotions, and perceptions in the person's mind. Additionally, the targeting is all highly perverted and sexual, as well as
the manipulation of perception can be extreme. So they've done some extreme stuff that that made me understand they can play really with everything. If you do something, you look at something quickly, woo, my goodness, boop, create some like shape that weren't there, distort the appearance of somebody. So they've done that in so many obvious ways to make it clear, like, oh, they can play with the perception with crazy ways. What you're gonna see there in the video, it was distorted, but not to that extreme, but it was still distorted, and the perception of how you process that is changed. But you'll see in the video what she looks like. They just try to use her butt to force me to have perception of sexual nature. But truly, organically, no matter what her butt looks like, I swear to God, I will never have this experience. I will not have this interest in her. And you can see in the video, it's not even, and it's kind of sad because it's obviously not dressed. She's not dressed to get attention toward her, whoever this person is. She's dressed very comfortable. And even though she's trying to expose her butt area, it's just like, you you know you will not get this response from me. You're not even trying. And I'm not trying to be judgy. It's like me dressed up like in my PJs and somebody's. But also that I'm having out of control stimulations. It was so bad that when I got here, I could feel the like almost leakage. I could feel the residue. It's like, you think this person can really do that thing to me? Because this clown's here is like, nah, liar. You'll see the video. It's crazy. And by the way, making you look at something, even that, listen, everything they do has been done to others. Hopefully that's this video here.
Also often see highly disturbing or torture. They coordinate the voices and thought manipulation with the physical torture, so that everything is highly synchronized in real time. They can see everything in my environment before I can, and if something is hidden out of my sight, they can tell me where it is, if they want me to see it. Likewise, they can also make me not see something that is right in front of my face.
They control you. They've done some control of making me see things that I lost something I was looking for all along, like, and then one glimpse, boom, my eyes just like looked at it immediately. Once they wanted me to, they would tell me like via V2K, it's like, oh, you're gonna waste away. As I'm saying, as they make me think of waste, my eyes just goes directly to the garbage bin where it's like waste. They control me. I know that. I've accepted the reality of that. But I will never let them leave the fantasized reality where, oh, I'm supposed to be accepting of this control. No, it's not me. But I have to accept that I am controlled. And they can make me have these extreme experiences. So going back to this dreadlock swag, I know how I will perceive this person. I know it will not be in interest sexual, and not to say, I don't know, some people can just make you see them like in a non-sexual way, not just because they're not bad looking, not because they're bad looking, just because they look like they're cool people, like she had this like cool swagger about her that just like, in the sense of like edgy and kind of artsy, but artsy in the sense of like tattoo artist artsy or DJ artsy. And it will not make you think of her in a sexual way. It's just like, it didn't take me there. And so they're trying to change that to something else. And me knowing of thinking that, or at least believing that she's an adult, I don't care if it doesn't faze me. I can look at a guy too, nothing. It's just like a tendency, like I look at a guy, I'm not like, oh my gosh, it doesn't faze me. And now they try to change and give me stimulation. No, this is the falsifier. I did not get any interest in no stimulation. And that was after August 19, 2019. So I don't think, I think it was just too obvious that she was mostly like a 23-year-old, a 24-5-year-old. Oh, let me just show you what a 23 or 24-year-old look like. Maybe like this. That's a 25-year-old. That's a 25-year-old. That's a 26-year-old. That's a 26-year-old. That's a 23-year-old. That's a 27-year-old. That's a 23-year-old. That's a 26-year-old. That's a 24-year-old. That's a 23-year-old, but man, that's also a 24-year-old, but I think this is just, she looked way too young. Like she's 24, but it would be hard to believe that she's 24 if you. That's a 23-year-old. That's a 23-year-old. That's a 26-year-old. That's a 23-year-old. That's a 26-year-old. That's a 23-year-old. That's a 26-year-old. That's a 23-year-old. Yeah. Target individuals stay strong.